Now that our Windows 10 virtual machine is up and running, let's create our Linux endpoint. This will be our on-prem Ubuntu server running Ubuntu 22.04 LTS. Just like before, open VMware Workstation and click Create a new virtual machine. Choose Typical Recommended and click Next. Here, I will choose I will install the operating system later and click Next. Select the Linux option and make sure the version it says Ubuntu. All right, and then we will click on Next. Here you can name the virtual machine. I will call Ubuntu 22.04 LTS and click Next. And I will choose our maximum disk size. I'll make it 40 and make sure the second option, split virtual disk into multiple file, is selected and click Next. Then we will click on Customize Hardware. I will go into the processors and allocate 2 CPUs and 2 number of cores per processors. And then I'll choose the RAM, 6 GB. Linux is lighter than Windows, so it runs perfectly fine with these resources. If you have got more power on your machine, bump it to 8 GB RAM. It will make package installations a bit smoother. For networking, I'll choose it as bridged. Again, select either NAT or bridge, whichever you used for the Windows VM. If you use NAT for Windows 10, keep NAT here too. This way, both machines are on the same subnet and can communicate later when we test across platform logging. We chose bridge for Windows, choose the same for Ubuntu, and then click on Close and hit Finish. Now, when the wizard asks you for the installation media, select the Ubuntu 22.04 LTS ISO you downloaded earlier. If you don't have one, you can grab it from the official website. You can get the link from the resource folder. And here you can click on 64-bit PC and install your ISO. I will not continue because I have already downloaded it. I'll go back to my VM workstation. I'll click on Edit and choose the CD DVD and use ISO image file, which we have downloaded. You can go click Browse and choose your ISO image. Hit click and then click on Power on this virtual machine. The Ubuntu installer will boot from the ISO. Now walk through the standard setup screens. Again, I will not go through all these steps because I have already installed my Ubuntu virtual machine. But here is the quick step. Choose English as the language. Select Install Ubuntu. For keyboard layout, use English US or your local layout. And when it asks about the updates and software, choose normal installation and check install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. That ensures all drivers are included. When prompted for storage during the installation, select Erase Disk and install Ubuntu. Don't worry, this only affects the virtual machine's virtual disk. And then click Continue and the installation will start. It usually takes 3 to 5 minutes depending on your host performance. I will power on this virtual machine. I name a user lab user and I will enter my password. Let's talk about why we adding a Linux machine. Example, in a real world environment, Linux often runs web servers, application servers, or even security appliances. Collecting logs from Linux gives you visibility into SSH logins, privilege escalations, and syslog messages, all crucial for detecting suspicious activity. Once logged in, open a terminal by right click and open in terminal and test your internet connectivity by typing ping c for google.com. If you see replies like 64 bytes from, you are online and ready to go. If you get an error like temporary failure in name resolution, check your network adapter settings. Make sure it's still NAT or bridged and the virtual machine is powered on after host reboot. Before we proceed further, you need to make sure your Ubuntu system is fully updated. This ensures that you have latest security patches, bug fixes, and updated software packages, which keeps your system stable and secure. Let's start by typing the following command: sudo apt update and hit enter, and then enter your password. Enter. Now this command does not actually install updates, it just refreshes the package list from Ubuntu's repositories. In simple terms, it tells your system, hey, what new software versions are available out there? Next, we will install all available updates with this command: sudo apt upgrade y. Here, upgrade downloads and install the latest version of your currently installed packages. The -y flag automatically answer yes to all prompts. And that's it. You have successfully updated and upgraded your Ubuntu system. Keeping your system up to date ensures better performance and security, a habit every Linux user should have. Finally, let's generate a quick test log entry we can use later. Type logger Sentinel Lab Ubuntu test event and hit enter. This adds a message to the system's location, this, which will query from Sentinel once the Azure Monitor agent is installed. That's it. You now have two fully functional on-prem virtual machines, one Windows and one Ubuntu, both with internet connectivity and each generating test events that we will soon forward into Microsoft Sentinel. Take a quick moment to Snapchat both virtual machines before moving on. This gives you a restore point if anything goes wrong during the agent installation in the next step. At this point, think of what we have built. Your VMware environment is now acting like a corporate branch office while Microsoft Sentinel is sitting in the cloud. These two machines, your Windows 10 endpoint and your Ubuntu server, will be your data producers. They will send heartbeat, security, and syslog data up to Sentinel, allowing you to visualize on-prem activities side by side with cloud telemetry.